Howdy, cadre. I, I, yeah. Sorry for the awkward start. I was having issues with. Yeah, we should be fine now. Um, yeah, I shouldn't have tried that other jack. And all right, I, 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 I wasn't doing this game. I mean, I've been playing this game. It's $3. Go buy it. Um, if you want to play it, it's so fun to discover it, pay $3, and explore it on your own. Um, I recommend you do that rather than watching this. Come back later. This is going to be some what I think to be deep meta analysis late game, but I want to ease into it and do a nice introduction to the game as I go. I have been playing for a while, so there's a bunch of stuff unlocked. But my thought was, um, because you can just refund all of these, I'm just gonna nerf myself, take back all that money, and we're gonna each episode we're gonna add one in order. Should I do an order? No, I'm just gonna start with my favorite. I really want to do that. Um, there are things, yeah. I don't want to stick to the order. I mean, it might be simpler or whatever, but it doesn't matter much. This adds one to all your projectile weapons, um, and I'm just going to get that right away. Um, Losing all this stuff is going to be a huge nerf, and I probably won't beat the game right here at the beginning. But the plan is to start fairly simple, and I've even though I've got all these items unlocked, so we'll be seeing a lot of them. There's stuff I still need to achieve. It's mainly getting to level 99 with a bunch of characters, surviving half hour, um, a couple things to unlock in later levels, but um, and I did debate resetting my game or doing tricks to start a new one, at least to start out. But I think, yeah, I think with nerfing all this, and we'll go through these one at a time, I'm just going to be duplicating. And so, even from the get go, and we're going to take these characters one at a time in order and try to focus on what I think is going to be maybe an interesting build. I don't know if I'm even going to say that it's what I think is the best build, but it's going to be a build focused on the weapon they start with as inspiration along with their main ability. So our first go is going to be Antonio Belpese. But I don't know how to pronounce that. I think these are all supposed to sound, or most supposed to be Italian sounding. But anyways, I think and this is a indie game. It's a solo developer, and it's just awesome. And he's still developing. It's so stuff's gonna keep changing. There's gonna be a new guys popping up. I think I have two or three more I have to open still, but so Antonio Belpez has a whip which starts out attacking just left, but it does count as a projectile. And because we are starting with the duplicator amount skill, he's going to have a whip that goes both forward and back from the start. Normally, he only whips forward when you start out, and that is kind of tricky. So at least we're skipping that. Okay, gains 10% more damage every 10 levels. So he just has a damage boost. Okay. So before we jump in, I'm gonna kind of look at what I'm probably gonna focus on now. The whip, when it evolves, acquires the hollow heart. Um, but it ends up with life steal. Attacks left and right. Well, maybe we'll just jump in. He's starting with 1 armor. Maybe that's... No, that's not normal. That's the bonus he gets. Okay. So damage boost. Maybe we would just want to focus on damage at the start here. And we're projectiles. And the whip. For the whip to work well, we'll need things to the left and right of us. So we may be focusing on things that attack near us, and adding things that help us top and bottom may be important. So that may say axe. Alright, we're going to get going, and we're going to start with no funny bonuses. These unlock over time, but we'll add them as I feel like adding complexity. We're starting from stage 1, the Mad Forest. And there are things I've unlocked and opened, but I got hurt a little bit there. I'll just, yeah. So, some basic theories on this. Well, should I explain? I'm not trying to make this a thorough tutorial, but my computer has been having issues recently. I think the hard drive may be having problems. So yeah, you kill things with whatever starter weapon you have. Sorry, we're gonna go axe here because it throws up and drops down. Does a lot of damage, which is a focus we mentioned. Yeah, there we go. So it goes up a little bit and then falls down. So I got like something funny in my throat or whatever. I mean, not literally, but it feels like that. You know what I mean. So yeah, you kill things, they drop gems. The gems are basically XP, but you have to pick them up to get them. The blue bar at the top is your level meter. You know, it fills up. You get a level with the XP bar on the blue gems, and later you get other colored gems that are stronger. But anyways, it's level up. Okay. Here. All right, we're doing damage, so we're gonna go spinach, because that is also damage, and so maybe our character boost will multiply with the spinach boost. Get the pie effect. The pie effect, Sailor Man. Alright, and then... Okay. Spinach. So... Damage... Clock Lance, it's not damage. Damage attacking near us. Cross fits the bill. As a general rule, you want to get weapons, which are the top row in the upper left, before the support items, which are the bottom row, because the more weapons you add, the more attacks you have, and they you know, they have pros and cons, so they can compensate for each other's weaknesses. And okay, we're going Fire Wand here because it will, it combines with Spinach. Okay, sorry. I just shut the mic off and coughed a little bit. So each level you get to choose a weapon or item. And often, well, okay. To step back a second, you basically have 6 weapons slots and 6 item slots. There's ways to extend past that, but to focus on that, that's one of the core aspects of the strategy of the game is you got to pick 6. So you can't take everything. You've got to choose your combination of items. And so for that reason, and some things combine with each other, like the part of the reason we just got the Fire Wand is that it combines with the Spinach. So the Fire Wand will get better later because we have the Spinach. And so for that reason, the Cross, in a similar fashion, the Cross wants a Clover. The Axe wants a Candelabra door. Candelabra door. It's there's some strange names. And the Whip. The Whip wants the heart, the aforementioned Hollow Heart. So for that reason, there's 3 slots we already, 3 item slots we already know we want to fill with a specific item. So I don't want the Empty Tome because we don't know if we're going to get the magic wand that combines with it yet. The Sand of Water combines with some other item. We already have the axe, so I'm just going to level it up. It's going to give us another axe to throw, so instead of the 2, now we're throwing 3. So yeah, the choosing what items you use is a key thing. So we'll go Fire Wand, and for that reason, I like the first phase of the game is picking things you want, of course. The kind of second phase is, well, yeah, they overlap with each other, but avoiding things you don't want. Sometimes you have, you choose, you get 3 options. More whip. Yeah, but once you have a few good weapons, you'll probably be leveling up those weapons while you look for other things you want. That's, the simplest way to manage what items you get is by leveling the ones you already have. You can avoid things you don't want, but of course you'll be watching for things that you do want, like the axe combines with the candelabra door. The little Evo note here points that out. So while Cross and Fire Wand we could continue to level up, we know we'll want this eventually, so we're gonna grab that. I should get some health. So yeah, that's the basic leveling. And since, these don't combine, well, maybe the crown, no, I'm not going to do that this run because of what it combines with. So then there's these chests that drop from the mini bosses, and this is where you have a chance to get evolutions, but only once stuff is leveled up enough. So it's just going to boost something randomly, and that's the Candelabrador. So all my area is increasing, which means my whips get larger, my axes get bigger, my crosses get bigger, and the fireballs that my wand shoots are larger. So yay! Everything is boosted by both spinach doing damage and the area boost from the Candelabrador. And I'm not even using the map this run. We're just kind of wandering in circles and seeing how long we can survive. A little bit of lag. So here, the Clock Lancet would be a new weapon. It's not great, and we're trying to focus on damage. So that's the last thing I would choose here. Spinach does boost all 4 of my weapons, but generally it's wise to level the weapons first, because that's going to get you to the evolutions faster. You can take it slow getting some weapons, but often you want your best DPS or your best protective weapons to be your main focus from the start. Not necessarily with your starter skill. Like here, I don't think the whip is what's helping us the most. It's probably the axe. I mean, Fire Wand can get some good hits in, some good damage in. Actually, all these weapons, I mean, whip is probably the weakest. More Fire Wand. So yeah, we're just going to do 1 run per episode, because even if you manage to beat the game, whip, they're half hour. They're timed runs. They're half-hour runs, and that makes a nice little bite-sized episode, in my opinion. Used to be 10 was the model, but I mean the max even when YouTube started. Actually, it might have been even shorter in the very first days. Maybe it started at 10 minutes. That's what I remember. But I came in. Oh, this will kill some things. I didn't come in right when YouTube started. For a while, I just thought, like, it was people, you know, posting Simpsons clips or skateboarding tricks. Like, that was kind of my initial concept of, like, it was like, yeah, initially I couldn't think of anything I wanted to share. Of course, that was obviously before gameplay videos took off. It was before I discovered vlogging or YouTube poops. Can I say that on the internet? Can I say that on YouTube? Poops. Poops. Green ones are worth a little bit more. We need some health. This doesn't appear to be going great. No, it's not. I've nerfed myself bigly. Big nerf. But that's part of the point. These first episodes will be nice introductions to the game. This may seem slightly busy to you, but it's not. This is just minute 8. The whole point of this game is that it's like bullet hell. You are the bullet hell. Can I say that on the internet? better not go kids mode. Made for kids mode. Everything's nice and slow, so that's good. Okay, now we need to make a choice. I think, but part of what I'm doing here is trying to go simple and let's see, damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna go magic wand. It's a simple thing that flings little blue bolts at whatever is closest to you. So its primary function really isn't DPS. It's really a kind of a protection weapon because, yeah, I'll get whip up because it's always attacking the closest thing. That's the main thing it's doing, is protecting you from whatever is the closest to touching you, at least in terms of distance. Not necessarily time. Some things move different speeds, but anyways. These, yeah, most people call these big bats, but they look like demons to me. I mean, they don't have any clear legs, so I guess that's where the confusion comes in, and their tail isn't, I mean, they don't really have, they maybe have claws but not feet, unless their feet are just together. I don't know. Hey, there's some luck. I should really get some health, but yeah, minute 10, we're only level 16. That's not good advancement. But I've definitely nerfed my power level by giving up all those perks. But I like the idea of each time talking about one and adding that power. I was gonna do them in order because might is really simple. It just boosts your damage, and that's probably what I need the most. Alright, game over. So, yeah, 10-minute run. We talked a little bit before that. We can look at the results and maybe talk them about them. Now, obviously, I was working toward end game and didn't get there, so maybe that shouldn't be my focus in these first few episodes, but it gives you the idea of what we're going towards. I had gotten up to 5 weapons and the associated items for 2 of them, and I would have, added one more in the other ones to get them. So we got whip up to 6 and fire wand up to 6. They go up to 8, which is that's kind of the max level for these, and then they evolve from there. The items don't all go up to 8. It depends on their power level and stuff. What'd we learn? What's the point? Didn't earn much gold. Yeah, really nerfed myself. Level 17. 2,000 enemies. Yeah, okay. For a first run, I don't know. Alright, so our most damage was our whip. That certainly was well, it wasn't even guiding my movement all that much. I was mainly avoiding them. One of the theories I'm going to get into is, so I think the meta of this game is figuring out groupings of items. And as you play, it opens up more items, and I tried to stick to simple ones, in part because they're more damage focused, and that's what this guy does. And once we get to all the characters, we'll come back to Antonio and we'll get to his next level because the whip, once it evolves, steals health, and once we're doing some of the other extra features, we can be dealing extra damage as we gain health. So it kind of feeds into each other, and then that can guide your weapon choices because other things that help you gain life are good. And then some people might not realize this, but things that encourage you to lose life are also good because you need to be gaining the life to be getting that bonus. Anyways, but this is all later stuff. And as we get into it, we'll be adding those layers. But for now, we chose 5 things that were fairly well damage focused. Like the other things that might deal more damage are either more random or more spread out on the screen. So often harder to control. But from what we did get, we obviously started with whip, and that's where we got most of our damage. Our fire wand has more DPS, in part because we got it later, and it was being boosted by spinach even by the time we got to it. And we probably leveled it faster. Oh, and those are almost tied. So the only reason whip did more damage was because we started with it. The fire wand was certainly more effective. So then the axe after that, performing about half as well, and then the cross and wand. Of course, we didn't level those as much and got those later. So those are half again. So this is an interesting breakdown because we had primary weapon being our starter whip and the fire wand, which we ended up getting a lot of. And then, so those were kind of our primaries, and then, well, primary, secondary. Our tertiary weapons, you know, kind of third and fourth. Well, wait. Oh, no, I was grouping them in my head. Oh, yeah, so that's tier 1. Third is tied. Third is axe. And then tied and last is cross and magic wand. But a lot of that's because of how we leveled it. Certainly the axe gets good spread and good damage. The fire wand goes randomly, but ends up with pretty good damage and spread. Yeah. Enough of that. Stuff we collected. Levels. I'm surprised they put this in one line, because it seems like they put the items on a separate line. Antonio Valvez. Insert catchphrase here.